I counted that I drank alcohol 328 days last year. I would wake up, take 2 shots of Grey Goose, then end my day with 2 shots. This year, I've only had one Bud Light, and I'm extremely happy that I've done this well. I've also picked up running and cooking. Let me hear you all brag about your achievements so far. Story 1. I've managed to keep my room clean and have thrown out a lot of things that were just taking up space and I didn't need. Felt really good to just throw stuff out. But congratulations on your progress. That's a huge change. Good for you. Congratulations. Story 2. I just got a new job. This was not out of desperation or necessity. I decided I was worth more than I was being paid even though I had only been here for 8 months, sent applications out, went on interviews, and got a 75% pay bump for it. I will be moving out at 23 with little debt in just about a month or so. Story 3. Took up running with the wife and got down to a 32-minute 5K so far. Started eating better. Have only had one soda since December. Taking the last few required courses to finish going back to college for a degree. More focused on my business, which is doing better this year. And most proud of not upsetting the wife as much this year. Thank you for the gold, silver, and upvotes. Story 4. I'm still in my graduate program and managing to keep everything together with all the new responsibilities I have this year. Also, I recorded an album that I'm actually really proud of and can't wait to show people. I will definitely send it to all of you. I'm happy to see that people are interested in hearing music from small local artists. Story 5. I have lost 27 pounds since September and got out of a long depressive episode that was affecting me throughout 2019. I am very proud of all that, and things have been going great since. Story 6. I just started research at my university for creating a bioinformatics program and for studying fossil specimens. I just might be able to become the scientist I have always dreamed of being. Story 7. I started going to the gym after feeling like I was stuck doing nothing for years. It seems small, but it is one of many steps to getting out of a bad breakup and depression. Story 8. My skills on the lathe making turkey calls are ever improving. The season starts in about a month, and I'm excited to get pictures from my small yet growing list of customers. Story 9. I was bullied a lot in school and I wanted to learn martial arts so badly, but I never got to because it is so expensive where I live. After graduating and working hard for 8 years, I can finally take my first Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu class tonight. Story 10. I started Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu 10 months ago, and honestly, it was one of the hardest things mentally and physically I have ever done. Last Sunday, I competed in the white belt 170 pounds division and took home the gold, first place. I couldn't even believe it myself after my matches. Story 11. Built 2 guitars from scratch, donated one to charity, and one is for display now. I don't play and have never messed with one before. Edit. Added a link to the guitars for those interested. Story 12. I have been consistently employed for a year as a civilian at a Whataburger. After my taxes are done, I will definitely apply for a position at the Postal Service. Story 13. I quit smoking and drinking. I actually haven't touched either for 11 months, but this particular half of the year was a little rough with family medical issues and whatnot. But I managed to avoid my old vices. I feel generally happier, and my girlfriend says my face and body look a lot healthier. Story 14. Got serious about my art. Been watching Ethan Becker on YouTube. The guy gives phenomenal advice. My improvement is crazy, and I'm proud of almost every drawing I turn out. It's reignited my passion, and I'm building my portfolio day by day. Story 15. Got a new job at a new restaurant. Helped open it up starting as a line cook and made it to kitchen manager within 2 months. Doesn't sound like a whole lot or all that great, but it's given me a boost in confidence in what I can achieve if I just put myself out there and stay dedicated. I really needed that because I felt stuck where I was previously. Story 16. My partner sought help for his mental health problems after I put pressure on him for almost a year. He's finally doing better and calls me the most supportive partner he could have wished for. I'm proud of the fact that we've become a better and happier team together. Story 17. I have had one carbonated beverage since January 1st, and it was a small root beer while I was on vacation. I have lost somewhere between 15 to 20 pounds. I still have about 10 to go before I am back within the weight limit for my kayak. I do not have any specific weight goals, but I just want to see what I can do, and so far, I have exceeded my own expectations. Story 18. Just in case you guys have nobody telling you this, I am happy for and proud of all of you. Keep making progress even if it feels minimal. We will all get to where we want in due time. Story 19. I officially passed my first professional exam to be an actuary. I have about 9 left, each one with a pass rate of about 40%. But I'm so excited to have gotten a good start. Story 20. I left a toxic work environment and decided to pursue another career because I was unhappy. I quit jiu-jitsu because of post-traumatic stress disorder. However, I am doing powerlifting, feeling empowered, and going to therapy to address the post-traumatic stress disorder issues so I can one day go back to jiu-jitsu. Story 21. Haven't done cocaine since my friend died from an overdose at Christmas. Just kind of over it. Did it multiple times a week up until then for the last 5 years. Now I couldn't care less. Story 22. I have started doing embroidery. As someone who was never able to draw, paint, or sculpt, I feel extremely proud of myself for all the little projects I have done so far. It might be nothing to some, but it means a lot to me. Story 23. I've been slowly losing weight. Started at 246 pounds on January 1st, and I'm now down to 234 pounds as of March 1st. I'm making this year the year I finally dropped down to at least 200 pounds, and it looks more attainable for me than it ever has. Story 24. I made it into the Fire Academy. I went from being very out of shape, a stoner and drunk who almost daily binge ate Taco Bell, to being in decently good shape and getting into a Fire Academy. I feel much more confident in myself and hopeful for my future than I ever did last year. Story 25. I'm continuing my weight loss goals. Already down another 3 kilos this year and very proudly went shopping for new pants as my old ones were literally falling off me. Got a new job that pays more than my old job, is far less stressful, and is only a 25-minute commute. Healed my relationship with my partner after a very rocky December by opening the communication floodgates after we both anxiously put lots of walls up. This year has been a good year so far. Story 26. A few things I'm proud of. Moved out of Los Angeles to the mountains, quit cigarettes for good, got a job I love as a diesel technician, got back into mixed martial arts, deleted all my social media accounts, and finally getting into therapy. Not all this year, I've been implementing this for the last 12 months. Things I'm not proud of. I was in Los Angeles pretty lost and backsliding before all this. Met the girl of my dreams, but things spiraled out of control because I was irresponsible, selfish, and hadn't dealt with a lot from my childhood I should have yet. Things I'm going to do. Keep growing and becoming a man, achieve peace and happiness on my own, and then go get that beautiful tatted Cuban girl back. God damn it. Wish me luck. By the way, if any of you gentlemen are struggling to quit cigarettes, read Alan Carr's Easy Way to Stop Smoking, a life changer. Story 27. This is the last week of my Master of Business Administration program with a concentration in finance. I already have an interview in the pipeline, really hoping I get the job. Honestly, after losing my last job due to the company getting bought out and ending up being a substitute teacher in an underfunded school, this is a huge win for me. I am really proud of myself, just exhausted from all the hours studying and working. Story 28. December, I was told I am diabetic with a 9.6 A1C. Since January 3rd, I've kept a strict diet and haven't had more than 10 grams of sugar in a day since. I've had to drill 3 new holes in my belt so far. Story 29. Renovated a house in 6 weeks with my girlfriend and my dad. We moved in on the weekend. It's surreal and exciting to settle into a place with the woman I love. Story 30. I'm not a man, but I recently got my very first apartment and, at the same time, left an extremely stressful job and was hired doing something I love doing. Life is great. Just me and my dog in our little apartment in the peace and quiet. Story 31. I backpacked Southeast Asia for 4 months. It was my first solo trip, and I had never been away from home for so long. I supported myself through freelance work throughout. It was an incredible experience. I learned a lot about myself. I can't wait for my next trip. Story 32. I've lost around 30 pounds in a year by counting calories, drinking more water, and keeping up with my walking. I haven't taken it seriously because I just wanted to get to a place in my headspace where I know I can do this and stick with it. I've stuck with my coping mechanisms that my therapist and I have created to help with my anxieties, and I feel better about life. I haven't felt this excited to try new things in 12 years because I've been so afraid. Story 33. Oh, what was the trick? I too am trying to quit. Big congratulations. Keep it up. A positive thing for me is I got a new dream job this year. I hated my corporate job for years, and my manager was awful. Story 34. Built a racing simulator. Granted, she may not be pretty by any means, but she works almost exactly like I wanted. I need a better chair and all, but I have wanted one for 2 decades and am so proud that I built it out of 2x4s and other scraps. I am actually so proud of it that it really got my motivation going again. Story 35. I moved away from my country 16 months ago to work abroad as an expatriate. While technically my initial move didn't take place in the last year, I found an apartment and a big group of friends in the last year that has really made this place home for me for now. Feeling really settled and happy in my new country and home. Story 36. Last Friday, I bought my very first brand new car with my own money, and my name is on all the papers. I managed it with just a year of working and didn't ask for help at any point in the process. I did it all by myself, and I really feel like an adult for the first time because of it. Story 37. I've paid off my car, received my Associate of Arts degree, and started in an undergraduate program to finish my bachelor's degree. 3 items off a list I've been working on for 10 years. Story 38. I used to be an atheist and thought of giving religion a second chance. I completed reading the Gita, Bible, Quran last year, and 2 sutras, Mahabharata, and a few Upanishads this year. I'm thinking about starting the Audi Granth. It's been a great year, and I am proud of that. Also, I am not an atheist anymore, but I don't know which religion I fit into, mostly following Hinduism, Buddhism, and Sikhism. I have completely recovered from my depression and have learned meditation. Also, I have just turned 18 years of age. Story 39. Kept it up doing yoga, maintained a good gym schedule, started running again, got a job at a fun place, discovered more about who I am and what I value. Hope it keeps coming together for me. Story 40. This was so fun to have organized and be a part of. Having a son that went through treatment myself, I jumped at the opportunity to start this teens Make-A-Wish trip the best way possible. I wish this was a full-time job at airports. Story 41. Handling grad school rejections pretty well. I got rejected from the first one and basically had the only mental breakdown I expected to get from it. That all being said, I'm still very depressed over being 3 for 3 on rejections and awaiting for more rejections or offers, but I'm not freaking out about it as much as I was before. Progress? Story 42. Got sober 195 or 196 days ago. I've worked out with hot yoga, 5-kilometer runs, weights, and a minimum 300 calorie burn every single day, with perhaps 20 days with doubles and 10 days with triples. Oh, and I quit smoking 6 months ago. Just 1 or 2 paychecks until I'm completely out of debt. In addition, I've already completed a bunch of 30-day challenges for myself as well, including being vegetarian, paying only with cash, no phone, taking apartment stairs every day, no weed, no porn, meditation, and so on. Feeling pretty good about it. Probably the best thing is that my relationship has become amazingly better. I'm no longer miserable, drunk, or puffy. I'm also just better myself, which radiates in all other spheres as well, including professional, friends, and spiritual. Story 43. I quit biting my fingernails. First time I've gone this long in 28 years. I'm kind of proud of them. My coworkers are tired of me showing off my ability to open soda cans without assistance from something other than my fingernails. Story 44. Moving on and cutting ties from a toxic relationship and people. I became a stronger and an independent woman who won't take any nonsense from anyone anymore. I'm studying again for self-improvement. Self-love, if you may say. Story 45. Between February 2019 and February 2020, I graduated from college, got a full-time job related to my major, bought a new car, and lost my virginity to a girl I am currently dating. I'm proud of how I've handled my life post-graduation. I thought life was going to be depressing after college. Story 46. I've moved out of home and my hometown to halfway down my country to start university. I know it's not much and many other people do it, but I'm still pretty proud of myself for getting to exactly where I wanted to be. I'm at the school I wanted to go to for years, and I made it into the degree that I wanted, and that's enough for me to be proud of myself. Story 47. I maxed bench press yesterday and hit 110 kilograms for 1.5 reps. I don't really count the second one as a whole rep because my form got sloppy. I started working out years ago doing a bro split plus cardio with the goal of losing weight, but that was too boring and hard. So, I figured I would just try to increase my strength for now. Story 48. I said yes when a friend asked to run a half marathon later this year. It's been years since I've been serious about keeping up any kind of physical activity, but I'm sticking to the training and enjoying it. Story 49. I just went on a date for the first time in a long time this weekend. Feels good. I interviewed for a new role at my company but wasn't chosen. However, I was given very positive feedback that I did everything well. There were a number of applicants already doing the function who were hired because they need less training. I also had a phone interview on Monday with a different company that went pretty well, so I will see where that leads me. Story 50. I'm an almost 27-year-old female who has been cooking for about 11 years. The kitchen industry is predominantly men, and I have found it hard to move up the ranks, almost like I've had to prove myself twice as much. For the first time in my life, I am officially above the poverty line. I am a kitchen manager with a rotating specials menu for which I get to create the desserts.